Hello and welcome to Module 2, Week 2 of the Boost Your Body Academy. And this week we're going to be talking about protein. So, protein is the building block of the body. And to be honest, we could talk forever about protein and all the roles it has in our body, but I just want to give you a general overview of what protein is. So, it's got two main roles in our body. The first is structural. So, protein forms the main framework of many components of the body. So collagen is a protein, it's present in bone and connective tissue. Keratin is in the skin, and muscle tissue provides structure. So without muscle, we'd all fall apart. It's also homeostatic, so protein forms the basis of hormones that regulate various processes. For example, insulin controls blood sugar, enzymes speed up reactions, white blood cells fight infection, and basically without adequate protein your body is not going to be able to function optimally. So I guess the question is, how much is optimal? So the amount of protein needed for effective function is going to vary from person to person. In the UK it's very common to find people lack this vital nutrient because a lot of people undereat protein. Most commonly the only decent amount of protein eaten during the day is going to be in the evening meal. Often not present at all in breakfast, very minimal at lunchtime, and only really comes in the evening. So as well as providing huge benefits in the structure and optimal functioning of the body, the energy required for the body to be able to use protein is higher than that for carbohydrates or fat. And what that basically means even whilst eating and digesting protein, your metabolism is raised, which increases your fat burning, which is pretty cool. Now, when talking about protein, I imagine you have an image of a female or male bodybuilder in your head. Protein does have a bit of a bad rep. It's associated with kind of muscle-bound freaks, which is unfortunate given how important it is in our body. But I just want you to be assured that increasing your protein intake is not going to lead you to look like a bodybuilder. Trying to get to that condition, it requires a combination of very, very intensive training. They often train 2, 3, 4 times a day, eating a lot of protein, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot more than you'll be eating, and great genetics. So unless you're taking steroids, you don't need to worry about increasing your protein intake. So it's time for this week's actionable habit, and all we want you to do is start to have a palm-sized serving of protein with every meal. And if you're not sure what protein is, have a look in your nutrition manual in the food list, because that gives you a list of everything there. But have a palm-sized serving of protein with every meal. That means width and depth as well. So if you imagine your palm, it might be the size of roughly a chicken breast, it might be the size of, something like that. Just eyeball it. If you're not sure, just give it your best guess and you won't go far wrong. So once again, this week's actionable habit, have a palm-sized serving of protein with every meal. And if you're not sure what protein is, just have a look at your nutrition manual again. That's it. Until next week, where we're going to be talking about fat. Adios.